I teach conflict resolution to community service practitioners, people who are engaged in human services, such as nurses, child and youth care workers, social workers, early childhood educators. Over the years, I've noticed that a lot of the students are coming into the classroom with similar and different types of conflicts. Ultimately, they all connect to some issues or conflicts related to diversity. I wanted to know more about how they deal with these cultural conflicts, how their own personal identity may influence how they respond to conflict, as well as how the identities of the people that they serve influence how they respond to conflict. Typically, community service practitioners are trained in programs where they are with people who are all of the same discipline, all of the same profession. They're learning all of the same theory and approaches and ways to manage different types of situations. It's great in terms of preparing them for the skills they need for their particular discipline or profession, but they don't necessarily learn how to work with each other and across different disciplines in those siloed programs. Instead, they learn a lot of normative and prescriptive ways for managing different types of issues. When it comes to conflict, it's even further exacerbated in terms of how they manage and approach these issues. I conducted an exploratory study with about 150 community service practitioners, learning about how they approach conflict, what kinds of conflicts they deal with in their workplace, and wanting to find out how their experience in an interdisciplinary team may have influenced their approach to conflict. So I found that community service practitioners that had experience working in an interdisciplinary team were actually better equipped to manage conflicts, as well as manage conflicts related to issues of diversity, because they were already prepared and had experience dealing within and across different types of disciplines. This is an important finding for thinking about how we can better prepare those community service practitioners for managing conflicts. The cultural backgrounds of the service providers as well as the service users will have a significant impact on how people think about conflict, how they respond to issues, and how they respond to each other. In this study, the social workers and nurses, for instance, showed significant differences in terms of how they might respond to their clients or patients based on their cultural identity. We need to prepare our community service practitioners for learning about conflict in interdisciplinary context, where there are classrooms that have people from different professions and disciplines, so that when they're in the classroom, they're able to practice and navigate conflict in a safe setting, where they can freely and openly engage in conflict and practice learning across and within different disciplines.